ARIANE Lipski, man. She got a unanimous decision victory over Mandy Bohm. And you know what, AJ? I got to eat some crow here. And the crow that I got to eat is that, listen, you were absolutely right. Mandy Bohm looked like absolutely a regional fighter on this one. It looked like the moment was far too bright for her. And ARIANE Lipski, what she lacks in technical striking capabilities, she makes up for in experience, in poise, in I'm just gonna bite down on my mouthpiece and I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what I saw from ARIANE Lipski, the queen of violence, who lived up to her nickname this weekend, man. She got a unanimous decision victory, her 5th decision win in 14 career victories. So she's putting people out. She's submitting them. She's knocking them out. But the way that she kind of just dictated the pace against Mandy Bohm was a little surprising to me, man. Did you expect a finish out of this one, man? It seemed like she had her on the ropes a couple times.
I was expecting a finish, Derek. I thought the way Mandy Bohm would drop her hands and kind of give it that little shimmy, that little, little shake she had going. I thought that was going to lead to a 1-2 down the pipe and just a night, But good credit for her because Mandy Bohm did last a lot longer than I was expecting. But, at the end of the day, it did happen. So what were you thinking?
Listen, I completely expected the finish, man, because Mandy Bohm had no head movement. She was just getting cracked. Hands were down the whole time. And the body shots that Lipski was putting on her had her gassed out by round 3, man. Lipski was working the body incredibly. And I'll tell you, this has been leaps and bounds from her last 2 performances. I mean, you get finished in 2 fights back-to-back, come back and have a dominant performance like that is very telling. But this is a question that I also had kind of on the prelims, right? So Erin Blanchfield, she made her UFC debut this week against Sarah Alpar. Too sweet Sarah Alpar, excuse me. And she beat the brakes off of Alpar for all 3 rounds, right? We talked about it. We said, God damn, this was crazy. I was all like, watch out for Alpar, man. Sneaky Dana White contender series sleeper. She got worked. But the point is that the question becomes, and you never want to take away someone's win. You never want to take away credit from somebody, but this felt like maybe Mandy Bohm was B-League, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she was just a couple steps down, kind of the same way where Sarah Alpar, it's like we've seen now in her performances, maybe she's just not cut from that cloth, you know what I mean? So I don't want to diminish the victory, but you said it. You're like, this is kind of a gimme for ARIANE Lipski, man. I didn't see it that way. I guess I gave a little too much credit to Mandy Bohm because she is a former champion regionally, you know what I mean? She's a tough fighter. But this was a big confidence booster for ARIANE Lipski at the end of the day, man. Did it surprise you that Mandy Bohm talked shit about ARIANE Lipski's grappling? Didn't really talk shit crazy, but was all like, yeah, she's not very strong. She can't grapple. And then she tried to grapple with Lipski, and Lipski won the grappling exchanges. Did that surprise you at all?
No, but specifically, it would have if I didn't see the interview that she talked about. She was wrestling with Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to all eyes, in her last fights, ARIANE Lipski's wrestling was horrible. Yeah. She got dominated by big sister
Antonina
Shevchenko, who's known as a kickboxer, man. Yeah. She got absolutely dominated by her. So everybody thought, oh, yeah, her ground game is horrible. And then to go get dominated by Montana De La Rosa after that, yeah, kind of makes sense. I mean, De La Rosa is amazing on the ground. So not really surprised since she's been changing it up at AT&T and working with, like I said, the GOAT Amanda Nunes. But what I was surprised to see, and I thought, because in the pre-show I did say that Mandy Bohm, she's a little bit like a regional fighter. She's JV. She's not necessarily ready for the big show. But what I didn't expect to see was her soul get taken out by ARIANE Lipski, and that's the first knockdown. Mandy Bohm kind of started to feel herself, and then bap, she got hit with 2 and got sent down. And you really saw her go like, "Oh shit! Like I'm in a fight. Like damn! Like oh my god!" That's what surprised me most about this fight, man. What you think?
Well, that's my favorite right there, is because I saw from ARIANE Lipski that look of I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna go across the cage. I'm gonna take your head off, man. Like that look of I'm staring down. Like her eyes looked like she hadn't been sleeping well in a couple days, man. Like she was looking kind of rough. So I was just like, okay, man, she's coming ready. You know what I mean? She's ready to rock on this one. Mandy Bohm laughing, smiling, doing all that stuff, man. And it's cool when it works, man. But when it doesn't, you look disinterested. You look disengaged, and you kind of make a mockery of your performance, man. You just got your UFC debut right here and you got worked like that. What's going to make you think they want to give you another shot? How do you know you're not just going to get cut? It obviously depends on the contract that you signed, but at the end of the day, this was not a very good showing. I hope that she can bounce back from this because Mandy Bohm has a nice jab. And last thing that I want to point out on this one is that Mandy Bohm used that jab, but she used that jab like we saw Macy Barber, use it I don't remember who she fought, man, but where she was just jabbing to like thin air, you know what I mean? Like not even close to actually popping her opponent with the jab. And this is the same thing that Mike Rodriguez did against Stephon and Nchukwu, man, you know what I mean? Where like they're throwing the jab, but you're not nearly in range to land it. So you're just wasting energy at this point. And Ariane Lipski is just countering you. Every time you throw that jab and you pull your hand back or pull that hand back from that jab to your face, she's coming in hooks, multiple, punch combinations. So, more volume for Mandy Bohm would be nice, but this was a big win from Ariane Lipski, man. Big confidence booster, and this was a job-saving victory, in my opinion, man. So big win for the Queen of Violence. Still not a really big fan of the nickname, but you know what I mean? I guess we'll take what we can get. She got it, word on the street from the broadcast, that she got it from her Polish KSW days, that the fans gave it to her. I don't really know how that works, but big win regardless.